Buckle up, y'all. This one's going to be special. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, ItsJusBrandon, bringing you guys another podcast. I am over a week late, and I won't lie to you. All I can do is apologize. But I'm going to make it up today. I'm going to give you a recap of what's been going on with me over the last week, so, we're all on the same page. I've been doing lots of shows, lots of comedy shows. I said for a while, I'm going to do shows, but I never actually brought it to fruition, right? But now I've actually brought it to fruition. I got a couple of venues that I hit up on a Wednesday. You normally find me at Clerkenwell. That's the Apple Tree. You can find me there normally on a Wednesday evening. Thursday, there's a place in Dalston Junction called Forest Dance School. It's not actually a dance school, of course. It's a pub, but at the bottom of the pub, there's a comedy plum. There's like a stage area where there's comedy done. I did that I did Wednesday, Clerkenwell last week. Thursday last week, Dalston Junction. Friday last week, Clerkenwell again, a place called Wedge Issue, where it was an interesting night. There was a bunch of comedians there. However, in regard to the level of comedians, I would just say, if you get on stage, I don't care if you make people laugh or don't. I salute you, because it takes balls to get up on stage and just talk to a bunch of people who don't know who you are, don't care what you got to say, and probably just thinking, when is this person going to get off stage so I can hear this acoustic guitar? So that was last week. And the week before that, I did Clerkenwell on the Wednesday, Apple Tree again. And on Saturday, I did the Pimlico, King Edward IV. That's in Pimlico. I did that one. Clerkenwell is always going to be my spot. The guy, Romeo Crow, I'm going to see if I can get him on this podcast. That guy's freaking awesome, beyond awesome. From the moment I met him, he's been nothing but supportive, nothing but encouraging. You know what I mean? And this is just, remember, I'm just talking about comedy. I'm not talking about music. He does music. That's his thing. But on the comedy side, dude's been nothing but supportive of me. You know what I mean? The Saturday one, that was interesting, because that was a bunch of foreign people, right? However, I made the mistake not by doing a show in front of foreign people, but going up last, showing up last on stage. There is no reason, and I won't lie, I'm talking about no reason to show up on stage if you're going to be the last at the end of a music night, because by the time it gets the last 4 or 5 acts, the numbers of the crowd is already dropping. So it don't make sense. I'm going to do that one again this Saturday, and I'm going to get there earlier so I can, perform earlier, see the crowd, interact with the crowd, have a better experience overall. So those are going to be that's going to be like my main venues I'm going to do. I can't do anything on Monday. Why? Because your boy's working. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are my comedy days. Yeah. Did a show up on Tuesday. Then I did a show on Wednesday. Almost collapsed on Thursday. Now, the most interesting thing about these shows that I'm doing is that my mode of transportation is not vehicular. Sorry, it's vehicular, but it doesn't have a motor. I'm riding my bike. I ride my bike like Dalston was like 12 miles there and back. Where else? Clerkenwell, that's about maybe, I'll say 6 miles there and back. Maybe more. I may be underestimating. 6 miles there and back. So I'm raking up the miles on my bicycle. And it caught up to me, like, to such an extent that on Saturday, I ate food and went to sleep. No lie. Like, I went to work on Saturday. So remember, I work Monday to Friday. Right? I do double work on Monday. I do work on Saturday too. So Monday, double work. Tuesday to Friday was work normally. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was doing shows. Then Saturday I worked. So by the time I got back home on freaking Saturday afternoon, Lord, I had 4 scrambled eggs and some waffles. Scrambled eggs and waffles are my thing. There's nothing better. And I'm saying there's nothing better than scrambled eggs and waffles with syrup. That thing is, they say that's breakfast, but that really should be dinner. Because once you eat that, your body's ready to just go to sleep. A pleasant place where nothing moves and nothing is said. You are not ready to go start the day. You need a boring-ass cereal, like, a boring-ass breakfast, like cereal or something sloppy, like some oats. Something like sloppy and boring. You don't need nothing luxurious and beautiful. You know what I mean? I had a breakfast of kings this morning. Someone else's words, not mine. After a breakfast of kings, what should you be doing? Resting like royalty. Not trudging my silly black ass to work. But, yeah, so it really caught up with me. And now I'm doing 2 shows this week. I was going to aim for 3, but I don't care about riding my bike when it's hot. I don't care riding my bike when it's cold. I don't even care riding my bike when it's windy. There was one day, it was in London, like just coming into summer, and it was super windy to the point where it will actually move you. I saw people like walking their bicycles. Why? Because the wind was too hot. That's weak, son. That's weak. I'll ride in anything but rain. I mean, if the rain catches me, that's cool. But like if I'm riding my bike and the rain's like, hey, that's fine. But if I see rain before I start riding my bike, nah, not for me. Not for your boy. So, so I was going to do a show on Tuesday, but the rain caught. So Wednesday, did the show last night. I'm going to do it. The show last night was okay. It didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but it was a learning experience. In life, when you have a experience that didn't go down the way you ideally wanted it to, just take some notes and learn from it. Don't whine, moan, bitch, and complain, because you don't gain anything from that. That's a motivational moment from Brandon. But so I'm looking forward to the show this weekend because I'm a lot more prepared. My set is down. I've got it memorized, and I'm just in love with it. Like my set I had before, it was a good set, and it had a lot of funny points. This set, I am in love with this set, and I'm more in love with the process of writing. Like I'm not writing, but I'm more in love with the process of comedy. You write your joke, you rehearse your joke, you rewrite your joke, you rehearse your joke, you perform your joke, you rewrite your joke, you rehearse your joke, you perform your joke, you rewrite your joke, and eventually you're gonna reach perfection of that joke set. And then you just keep repeating the process, and the more you repeat it, the better you get. It's a beautiful, amazing process that I freaking love. So that's what's been going on with the comedy side. You'll hear when I'm doing shows on the podcast. Like I said, I'm doing one this Saturday at Pimlico, gonna be King Edward IV. I'm gonna have some more shows coming up, and I'm gonna put them up on my Facebook page, and you'll hear it of course on the podcast. But don't expect me to just chase. I'm not chasing anyone down to come to my show. I know that sounds like like pompous of me, but look, I am tired most of the time physically now. The only thing that's keeping me going is my awesome spirit, So I ain't got time to chase people that may or may not be consistent in showing up. Look, if you want to come to my show, me saying it here, by all means, come down. If you can't come down, that's fantastic too. But don't say, yeah, then another day, no. Because it is just like a letdown. I know you ain't going to show. You know you ain't going to show. So why are you going to front of you going to show when the answer is no? Just weak. That's so bitter of me. If you're not gonna come to my show, don't say you're gonna come to my show. I don't appreciate it. It's really bitter, right? Oh man. But yeah. So on performance-wise, I've met nothing but amazing amounts of joy, happiness, and I love seeing people smile. So all in all, it's been freaking great. It's been fantastic, and I've loved every freaking minute of it. What else has been going on? Riding the bike, eating. Oh God, my dinner game was weak recently. Like seriously, my dinner game has been so messed up because the money was not as right as it should have been. So I just got that on the right, the right where it should be. So now I can actually start eating like a freaking human being and not like a World War veteran. Like I'm on surviving off rations. When you broke, you get so creative when it comes to money. I swear to Lord, when you get broke, you're like, am I going to have a bread sandwich with mayonnaise tonight? Or maybe I'm going to have a boiled egg with that celery stick. Choices, decisions. Now, one thing I will say, when you're broke, you still got to eat food that is of a quality. Yes, of a quality. There was one time where I ate nothing but noodles for a whole month. I say noodles, I'm talking about noodle. It was before the recession hit the way it is now. I got Sainsbury basic noodles. I got 2 24-packs, and I ate noodles for the whole freaking month. And my colon hated me. My stomach hated me. And it was one of those things where I survived, but I don't ever want to have to do it again. It was noodles and dumplings. So in my shopping cart, I'd have 8 pence. So 8 pence times 24. What the hell is that? Okay, let's do the math. Doing the math. You don't listen to the podcast and hear me do math. Yeah, I'm doing the math. Okay, so I had 24 noodles times 8 pence. That was, so that was, was it £1.92? I remember that price actually, times 2. So that's £3.48 plus a bag of flour. Let's just say £5. So £5 got me through that whole month. Woo! Memories. Broke ass memories as I sip my tea. Woo! Nice. But yeah. So I'm back money wise. I'm back where I need to be. Training, I have not really done a lick of training, and don't get it twisted. The body's been managing pretty well, but that's because I've been riding my bike for like miles and miles on end, doing my not triathlons, not marathons, not half marathon, my 1/8-a-thons I've been doing, my 1/8-a-thons. My body's been okay from those. So that's a blessing. My gaming channel that I've been doing, that took a hit too. I haven't done the podcast, took a hit. The gaming took a hit. The stand-up comedy is just going above and beyond. And I won't lie to you, I prefer it that way. I was at a point where I was putting more effort into my hobbies as opposed to what should be my inverted commas career. So that's changed. When I do balance things out a little more, or start making some more blasted money, I'm going to, push myself to that point where I can, balance the podcast, balance the gaming, balance the comedy, as opposed to what it is now, comedy, and podcast whenever I can. Are you guys done hearing me, bitch? I'm done hearing me, bitch. Let's get to some current events, huh? All right. 5 heavily armed suspects questioned after FBI stops SUV on bridge after cops blow up IED at New Jersey train station. Oh, this is probably old, so bear with me. 5 people have been taken into custody with connection. You know they weren't black. Around 8:45 on Sunday night, the FBI stopped the SUV with 5 heavily armed men inside. Actually, you know what? They may have been black. And I'll tell you why they may have been black. Because they were heavily armed. If they were heavily armed and they were black, the police ain't gonna run up in there gun blazing. But if the guy, has no gun and he's black, hey, put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air now. What are you doing? Nothing, officer. I'm just driving. Wait, you got any guns in that car? No, officer. I don't. Pop, pop, pop. There we go. Whew. I was worried there. I thought that little Negro had some guns. But yeah. So that's a possibility. What does it say? They're currently questioning the men who were believed to be on their way to the airport when they were stopped, but said they could be more suspects. There could be more suspects in a terror cell. No, they weren't black. No. Black people don't have terror cells. Black people don't do terrorizing. Terrorism is exclusive to Arabs, not Arabs. The Al Qaeda guys or those Arabs guys and white people. That is who terrorism is, exclusive to. Let me clarify when I say white people. You know that place, America? You know who it was originally inhabited by? Because it wasn't white people. It was Native American Indians. Very nice Native American Indians. They didn't have any ill will in their heart. They didn't have any malice. They saw anyone who came there and they brought them over with a hug and a smile. And what happened to them? They got annihilated. So, kids, what's the moral of that story? Don't trust anyone. Oh, man. Now, let's keep going. Hours later, a bomb was detonated by a police robot at a New Jersey station. The robot accidentally cut the wrong wire, and one of the 5 IEDs dumped in a trash can at a train station in Elizabeth, New Jersey, resulting in a huge explosion. Damn. I wonder, was the robot nervous? Or maybe the robot was... if it was just a robot working off AI, that's bad. But if it was a person controlling the robot and then they cut the wrong wire, they got a pay drop that week. Oh, their pay got dropped. Let's see, what else? A pipe bomb exploded in the garage can in Seaside Park, New Jersey, on the route of a 5K fun run on Saturday morning. What do I need to make my fun run more exciting? I know, a bomb. See, fun runs, triathlons, marathons, they are all targets for terrorism. You need to do a 26-mile walk. No one's going to blow up people that are walking. Why? Because it's too easy, and it's just pathetic to blow up people that are walking. They don't they're not posing any threat. If you're jogging, you're improving your health. You're going to be a monster, a beast, a physical, I forget the word. But if you're just walking, it's just like, and the thing is, I say walking, which is random, but yeah, I actually know someone who actually did like a walk for charity of like 26 or something like that miles. Don't get twisted. I couldn't do that. That did not change the fact that I found walking as a marathon hilarious. Next thing, it will be masturbation. I'm masturbating for charity. How long? I'm going to do 26K of masturbation. How you going to do that? Well, I got the Fitbit connected to my arm, so I'm just going to keep doing that one time. And when it gets to 26 miles, I'll stop. That's my... I wanted to Guinness World... Did Guinness have a world record for masturbation? Let's check. Okay, I'm gonna do this in an incognito tab. Why? Because I don't want anyone searching my history. Like, why is Brandon looking up masturbation and Guinness World? So you're hearing me doing it, but you don't actually know I'm doing it. Haha. Guinness World Record masturbation. Let's see. They have a masturbation world record. Oh, this is going to get funny today. Masturbation world record. After almost 5 years, the unofficial world record of masturbation to completion has been broken. Many have tried since the Romanian Tudor Rosca was crowned the king of masturbation in 2006 after having achieved 36 orgasms in a 24-hour period. God bless him. In an interview with reporters, he said, masturbation for me is a way of life. I've been training for this day since I was 13, and I'm happy with my performance today. What if masturbation became an Olympic event? Just think about it right now. Oh, Jesus. My only question is, how would it be judged? And what would the arena look like? And would there be some type of air conditioning unit to, filter out that smell? Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. His predecessor, German student Hans Blickstein, who achieved 27 orgasms in a 24-hour period, had no comment about the new champion. He's speechless and strokeless this time. Let's see. Next up. I'm not next up. I'm gonna keep going with this. In January 13, 2011, New York resident Japanese don't play. When it comes to things like records and discipline and achievement, they just do it. Let's see. He spent 24 hours determined to become the new masturbation record. His only aids were his 50-something porn site memberships, wearing his wife's underwear, and a tube of lubricant. His marathon ended squeezing in the last orgasm short to reach the total of 40 orgasms in a 24-hour period. I'm sorry. This is funny, but my reading is crappy. Wake up. Oh, sorry. More tea. Oh, God, no. Turn away. Oh, I'm not drinking tea. I'm reading about masturbation. Disgusting. All right, next up. Shingi kept his webcam on the entire time to make his own link to him as many online accounts to watch if they chose to. I doubt we'll see it on YouTube. I wonder who actually watched it. Let's see. The past 3 champion world record holders tried to get into the Guinness World Records, but have no or limited sexual related categories. Through the underground listings of the blogs and blogs like mine, and these are men who have never of these men are ever mentioned. There does seem to be a club for followers on the internet. That's messed up. There's a picture of a guy with scalded hands. Jesus. Oh, that's messed up. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Argentinian man masturbates 83 times in a 24-hour period. Jesus. Wow. from 8 p.m. Thursday evening till 8 p.m. Friday night. 22-year-old. Oh, you got to be 22. You couldn't pull that off at 35. You die. Masturbated a total of 83 times. This new feat breaks the previous record set by a man in Thailand last year. Let's see. Okay, you know, that is hilarious and disturbing at the same time. Yes. Why did I start reading about masturbation all of a sudden? Oh, yes, because I was talking about the whole fun run thing, and if okay, yes. I'm gonna go to another topic now because I swear to you, it's just freaking funny. Penthouse model jailed for smuggling meth had sex with prison guards in exchange for phone calls. See, this is the power of vagina. You can leverage it to get actual goods and services. When vagina's on the same level of, you know, actual money, that's a damn problem. Former Penthouse pet model and prostitute jailed for smuggling meth allegedly had sex with a prison guard to get more privileges. Simone Farrell was jailed for 11 years on Friday for her role in running a drug smuggling ring that brought crystal meth into Australia. However, it has now been revealed that the 41-year-old secretly engaged in sex with a guard in exchange for phone calls after being arrested in 2009. It is alleged that the Australian model formed a relationship with the guard while on remand, with Farrell exchanging sexual favors for calls that weren't recorded. Ooh, you know she did something drug related. Now, let's go over the reasons why, as a prison guard, it is not worth it to do a prison inmate. One, they're a prison inmate, so they already don't have anything to lose. So if you do something with them, there's nothing. It's nothing to them to get you put in jail or to snitch on you because they're already in jail. It's not like they're free. Secondly, do you know what kind of venereal diseases can exist? And remember, there's no STI checks in prison because there's no sex. Well, there's really no sex. But like that's nasty beyond nasty because prisons, last time I checked, ain't the most hygienic of places. I'm talking about Norway, where their prisons are like a freaking 3-star hotel with, you know, it's a different topic altogether. Also, you lose your job, you lose your money, and you lose the ability to be able to be employed around the opposite sex like that again because you had sex with a prisoner. Jesus. On a less responsible note, she must have been tearing it up. You know, she was working. Oh, I got to do this right. I need to blow this guy right, or I'm not going to get that phone call. So, she put her all into that one. I'm just saying. She put her back into it. And she was a model, too. You can't put a freaking model in a jail with normal women. Are you crazy? I would kill to work on a ward that had if Beyonce went to jail today, the jail that she goes to would be flooded with application forms for men trying to be prison guards at that prison, you know? And hey, it goes both ways. God forbid one day if Tyson Beckford went to jail, you know how many women will be flocking to that jail to work there? Big women, small women, skinny women, thick women, ugly women, fat women, attractive women, unattractive women. They would flock to go to Tyson Beckford's prison. Why? Because they do, hey Tyson, you know, if you want to get some sleep tonight, you have to do me a favor. Can you kiss me? But you gotta use tongue. Yes, that is walking sleep apnea. Oh, mercy. Ooh, there's more. After the investigation, the prison officer was given a warning and had later resigned. See, that's some garbage. And I'll tell you why that's garbage. He knew someone in the right place. Because if that was someone new, low level in the JOB, they would have just straight fired him for gross misconduct. But guarantee you, whenever someone from a official job, like whether they're working at a prison, any type of big company, and they don't get fired, they resign, you know they got some dirt on someone. They got some diggity dirt on someone. Because if they didn't, they would have been straight fired. Because that shows that they're maintaining their policy and they have a zero tolerance for that nonsense. But they let him resign. Nice of him, nice of them. Sorry, nice of them, nice of them, nice of them. Next up, Leonardo DiCaprio gives direction to an elderly couple in New York and they have no idea who he is. I don't even see why that's news. Why should they know who he is? They're an elderly couple. How old were they when Titanic came out? How old were they when The Departed came out? Did they want to see Wolf of Wall Street? Maybe they didn't want to see freaking Inception. They don't need to know who. And plus, Leonardo DiCaprio's look, it is actually very, very deceiving. Because he can go from a pretty boy who look like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth to a guy who will slit your throat and brain if you want. So his look isn't always consistent. Plus, he had on shades, the beard that was scruffy, a freaking Samuel Jackson Kango hat. You know what I mean? Listen, the day I start making millions is the day you will not recognize. I will be a freaking chameleon in public. And that's if I go out. I'm 6'4". It's easier to see me than a freaking white speck on a chocolate donut. I'm just saying. That was a really cool last minute metaphor that just came up there. Yeah, so come on now. You don't want to be found out, and it's not a story. So we're going to skip past that one. Next up, Kris Jenner and her boyfriend Corey fuel marriage rumors by wearing wedding rings on their fingers. Sorry. By wearing rings on the wedding fingers. Okay, I'm going to need a sip of tea for this one. Hold up. Woo! Jesus. Alright. I have a very, very simple rule. I think women are beautiful on a whole. I truly do. All of them may not appeal to me, but they all have a level of beauty that cannot be denied. In saying that, any woman who has a vagina where the last male occupant decided to become a woman, that is not a vagina for me. That is a reset box. And the moment you stick your piece in that box, you don't know which way is up. You want to become a woman. You start growing your hair. You try to have a reality show. Nah. So, God bless that guy. And the thing is, that the guy, I don't really know him, but I won't stunt. He looks a little fruity. He looks a little fruity to me. He does. So, I will say bless him, boy, because it's just like coochie that makes you... I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my mouse right now. My mouse is freaking bugging. Coochie that turns a guy into a girl is not coochie that should be invaded by another man's penis. Just saying. It just shouldn't. You just wonder about what's in there. What would make you, after going inside that vagina, coming out and thinking, you know what? That vagina's so good, I'm mad to get me one, goddamn. That's weird. You know, that's weird. It says the couple arrived at the Brent Shapiro Foundation Summer Spectacular looking the picture of happiness as they showed off their diamond rings on the red carpet. She's 60 and her 35-year-old boyfriend is at the charity event in all black outfits. Okay, I'm going to say this. He looks sweet. Like, he looks a little fruity. It would not surprise me if she liked to use a strap-on. It would not. You know, because when you're... I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. What am I talking about? She was the lady. And the reason I'm talking about it, I know I don't really talk about the Kardashian too much, but, you know, hey. She's still a Jenner, technically. But, she put that video of her daughter out there to generate some, you know... to generate some freaking attention. That level of business exceeds morale. It exceeds morals completely. That's weird. If this guy goes gay, if this guy tries to become a woman or becomes gay, I'm going to be convinced that her vagina is the reset box, and that box should not be invaded by any man's penis. Next up, scientists reveal that the way you walk can reveal important clues about your personality. This is some bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. I got different walks. I can give you 2 examples. I got a walk before payday. Shoulders ain't too high. Chest ain't too up there. My head's a little bit slouched. But it's my walk, you know. Long strides and stuff. A little loose. Not too together. Not too sharp. Post payday walk. I'm hitting the street like, you can't tell by the way I use my walk. I got money, man. No time to talk. I got cash and I got money and I ain't messing with no one who's funny. I got my money because I got paid. Sun is shining every day. That is my walk when I have money. So, in regards to like personality being revealed through walking, I think that's some pretty subjective garbage. But let's read on. Using motion capture technology, researchers, I don't trust it, Whenever it says researchers and it doesn't say a name, I get confused. I get confused and concerned. Why? Because if they're not willing to put their name to their findings, I don't think that they believe in it fully. I think it's still at hypothesis stage. You remember hypothesis, right? Back in science when they would teach you things you didn't need to know, like osmosis and photosynthesis, when they should have been teaching you about debt and money and stuff. You have a hypothesis, and the hypothesis was an educated guess on how the experiment is going to turn out. I think this is an educated guess. The technology is widely used to film. The technology is widely used in film to capture the movements of an actor, which are then translated to an animated character on screen. The study carried out by researchers at the University of Portsmouth. Yeah, I said Portsmouth. You can't say Portsmouth if there's no SMITH in it. I'm just saying. Found that the exaggerated movement of both upper and lower body indicated aggression. Shit. Boy, when I am aggressive, angry, my movement is very smooth and very slow. Why? Because I'm going to punch a person in the face. I don't want them to know that. I'm not gonna. Who's swearing that? That's a cartoon thing. You get angry. Actually, I know someone that does a really good over-exaggerated walk. It's freaking hilarious. The arms are swinging, the elbows are fucking pointed and something. That doesn't indicate aggression. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, okay, there's a name. Lead researcher, Neil Satchel, he must believe in it. When walking, the body naturally rotates a little. As the individual steps forward with their left foot, the left side of the pelvis will move with the left leg. And the left shoulder will move back. And the right shoulder oh, God. This is so nonsense. I'm skipping this. It's dumb. Sorry. Call me ignorant. Call me shit. That's just stupid. Next up. Rapper Cool. Wait a minute. Have you noticed? We've gone over the 30-minute mark. Yes, we have. Does that mean I'm stopping? Hell no. I missed out a whole week for you guys. So, at least I can do is give you guys a little bit out long on the podcast, Come on now. Drink some more tea. Woo! Rapper Coolio arrested for taking stolen and loaded gun onto flight at LAX. Wow. Been spending most your life doing stupid things that violate your rights. You gon' go to jail tonight doing stupid things like bringing a gun on a flight. Okay. The gun was stolen and loaded, and you're bringing it onto an airplane. Afro picks can't go on airplanes. Liquids of more than 100 milliliters cannot go on airplanes. So you attempted to bring a gun, not just any gun, a loaded gun, not just any loaded gun, but a stolen loaded gun. You attempted to bring that onto an airplane. You get no sympathy from me. How dumb is that? Like on the real. You walking through, boop, boop, boop. Excuse me, sir. Do you have something there? Yes, I just got my gun. Sorry, well, not my gun. I got it from this dude. And when I say got me, I stole it. I stole this gun from this dude, and I got some bullets in it. So that's probably it. Maybe I'll take the bullets out the gun, and I can walk through again. Maybe it won't go off. Actually, interesting fact. There's a gun called a Glock. I think it's made of all plastic, barring the bullets and the clip. So if you take that out, you'll be able to get through a metal detector. So in this case, you ever need to get a gun on the plane, make sure it's Glock. Sharing knowledge. The gun was discovered. There's no easy way to say this. The 56 minutes that I recorded got corrupted after the 33-minute mark. You can do the math if you want to. But what that means is I have to record all over again. Not, of course, the whole thing, but the last 20-something minutes of it. So, where was I? Psychologists claim negative thoughts are your pathway to happiness in new inspirational book. Okay, this is a little bit, you're gonna need some imagination on this one, but I'm there to help you along the way. Everyone feels sad, guilty, or angry occasionally, but in his new book, The Positive Power of Negative Emotions, Dr. Tim Lomas says these aren't necessarily negative feelings and explains how to reframe them and to use them to your advantage. We all want to be happy. We're constantly told, after all, the happy people have more rewarding careers.
long-lasting marriages, and closer relationships with their children. But what if you don't always feel happy? As a researcher and lecturer in the field of positive psychology, I know that there are a few of us. What if you're more familiar with emotions such as sadness, guilt, and anger? If that's the case, then I have a revolutionary message for you. Your negative feelings are not only normal and natural, but may serve as the very pathways to happiness and flourishing that you seek.
Psychobabble aside, what he's trying to communicate, I believe, is that the bad feelings you have are the seeds to happy trees, great trees, awesome trees. I mean, I've never grown anything from a bad place, barring anger and hate and resentment. But hell, I haven't been alive, forever. So let's see where he goes with it. Let's see. He starts with sadness. He said, "This is a dark and foreboding place which few of us, if any, want to voluntarily choose to visit. But we can look at sadness in different ways." Okay, we're looking at the word sadness. We're looking at sadness in itself. We're looking at sadness in different ways. We become sad mainly when the people, places, and even objects that we care about are threatened, hurt, or lost. Sadness is primarily an expression of love and care. So, I guess love is one side of the coin. So, love and care is one side of the coin, and the other side of that coin is sadness. That's not a lot of wiggle room. He goes on to say, "One of my saddest times was when a much-loved partner left me. I felt terrible. The sadness at being cut adrift was compounded by other jarring hurts, betrayal, confusion, and wounded self-esteem. I walked to and from work, but other than that, I rarely left my flat. I retreated from the world in a kind of penitential exile. But enforcing this withdrawal, the emotional pain of sadness had protective function too. When we are at our most vulnerable, sadness makes us disengage and retreat, promoting us to take refuge from the fray." I'm not knocking what he's saying in regard to sadness. I'm pretty sure that sadness hits everyone in different ways. However, I am definitely sure, over 100%, that no matter how sad you feel, you don't stop feeling sad until you make the conscious decision to stop feeling sad. You can reflect off the sadness. You can grow happy pills from your sad trees. You can do all that. But until you say, you know what, I'm done with feeling sad, it ain't going to change. And that is that positive step that I think a lot of people struggle to make, because a lot of people try to look for that external stimulus to cure their happiness, which doesn't really, like, if I'm walking outside and I'm sad and I find 100 pounds on the street, it's not the 100 pounds that made me happy. I consciously chose to be happy after I found the 100 pounds. That was the stimulus, but I was the catalyst. Damn, that was good. I need to freaking write that down. It goes on to say, neurobiologists recognize this process as a form of hibernation. Just as some animals retreat from the harshness of winter, sadness can serve as a dark but rejuvenating cocoon. Okay, I got a problem with this analogy here. It's like my friend's hurting. It's just like, yo, I'm feeling sad, son. My girl left me. I don't know what to do. I don't know which way is up. No, I hear you, dude. I hear you. You know what you need? You need to rejuvenate. I hear you. You need to revitalize. I hear you need a sad rejuvenation cocoon so you could be a happy butterfly. It's what? Yeah, hear me out. If you can become a sad caterpillar and cocoon and crystallize yourself, rejuvenate yourself, you can be a happy butterfly. That doesn't make sense. Just shut your mouth and listen. Sad caterpillars become happy butterflies. In no way, shape, or form does the logical conclusion of sad caterpillars becoming sad butterflies. No, we're going to overlook that. We're going to say that because you're in a cocoon, you rejuvenate. I can't get behind this, people. I can't. It says if you're feeling sad, try to reframe your emotions and remember you will rejoin the world of life when sadness has done its restorative job. Sadness doesn't restore you. I mean, if anything, sadness is literally that feeling where you're at a low point and you like you're like, I'm done with being sad, and I'm gonna be happy now. And then that's when it's done. It's not like a thing where sadness, you are now sad. You'll be sad for 3 days, 6 hours, and 2 minutes. After this point, you'll be rejuvenated in your happy butterfly. Yes, your happy butterfly. I don't believe in the happy butterfly. I'm just saying. I'm saying the happy butterfly is some bullshit. Yeah, I'm actually saying that. What's the next one? Guilt. No, boredom. Sorry, boredom. Your train is already late. When the announcer regrets to inform you, it will be delayed a further hour. Without a newspaper or a book, you begin to feel the weight of boredom bearing down oppressively. Boredom has traditionally had a bad reputation, but what if it had the power to unlock profound insights into your life, or tap into hidden reserves of inventiveness? So, because you're bored, you invent something. Or it taps the hidden reserves of inventiveness because you're bored. Shit, I guess anything's possible. There are many tales of inspiration striking artists such as scientists during deep boredom, or from Michelangelo to Albert Einstein, whose theory of relativity came to him while he was daydreaming of riding a sunbeam to the edge of the universe. Okay. Albert Einstein, was he smart? Yes. However, I don't feel Einstein can ever be used to like support intelligence, because his theory of relativity is still a theory of relativity, not a fact of relativity. It's like, if I have a hypothesis, back in school when you were doing science and they were teaching you things that we didn't really need to know about, like photosynthesis, instead of things like money, debt, and stuff like that. When they teach us about photosynthesis, we learned about hypothesis, right? Hypothesis is the educated guess of relativity. I'm saying, like, maybe I'm being crazy here, but if I have a theory of immortality, it doesn't make it awesome, because it's just a theory. It ain't been proven yet. Okay, this says, when the conscious mind ceases whirling, it seems the subconscious mind is far better able to establish new links and even solve old problems. Alright. If you're bored and you're very, very angry, you become tense. Or if you're anxious, you become tense. But any type of tension destroys your connection to your subconscious mind. For you to be able to access your subconscious, that's something I access all the time when I'm in the shower. When I'm in the shower is the time I write the most and the funniest jokes. Why? Because I'm not thinking about it. I'm relaxed. I'm chill. I'm scrubbing my body. All these things are happening. So I'm actually at a really chilled out place. So I'm able to access my subconscious. When you're sleeping, you're able to access your subconscious. Why? Because you're relaxed. You're not stressing out. When you are daydreaming, you are bored or you're relaxed. So you access. So what this is really trying to say about boredom is, if you chill the F out and you relax during those boring moments in your life, you'll be able to ascertain some type of inspiration through relaxation, maybe some meditation. That's it. Forget that. Boredom can be cured by meditating. And I'll give you a quick tip on how to meditate. Here's how anyone can meditate during any point of the day. Take 10-second breaths. 10 second in, hold 10 seconds, exhale 10 seconds. Do that, and you will slowly feel yourself start to relax to the point where you will be in a meditative state. I'm not trying to tear this book to shreds now. I'm just saying, like, there's so many simple answers out there, and the most complex, complicated questions have the simplest answers. You know what I mean? Let me keep going with this. Guilt. Now, this is actually an interesting one. Now, all but the most saintly of us are weighed down by guilt at some point. You may feel it after hurting a loved one or betraying a confidence, or you may feel a wider sense of social guilt when you see homeless people in the street or consider the desperate plight of refugees. Okay, if I'm in the UK, I'm in London. If you are a homeless person, if you're a homeless person that wasn't born in this country, my heart goes out to you, because you're working from a real big disadvantage. You ain't got the passport. There is no free health care. There is no government looking out for you. So you got a hard way to go. If you were born in this country and you were homeless, I ain't got no sympathy for you. If you're homeless and you're born in this country and you white, I really ain't got no sympathy for you. Unless you got like a mental illness or something, there's no reason for you to be homeless and white in the UK or in London. You know what the government does for you? Hostels, freaking job seekers allowance, freaking income support. All these things are available to people that are born in this country. You ain't even gotta have a passport. All you need to do is be born here. So I ain't got no sympathy for homeless people in that respect, unless you know you have some type of mental illness or you're a refugee. Then my heart goes out to you, you know what I mean? So there's no guilt on my side with that. Brandon, stop making it about yourself. Read the damn article. I'm sorry, I was being a douche. I'll keep going. But guilt can help us become better people. Consider the day from hell. You spent 10 hours in the office. Miserable boss. Teenagers, teacher wants you to meet them for an urgent meeting discussing their failing grades. Your partner forgot to do the shopping. There's no dinner. That's what I like to call one of those crappy days where everything drops on top of you all at once. But the only one thing, the validating factor of those crappy days is at the end. Yeah, simple, but it's very freaking true. When your aging mother phones to discuss a small dispute with your neighbor, boom, you snap. And you tell her sharply, I ain't got time to be talking about no more problems. Later on, you're consumed with guilt because it's not your mom's fault. You are being a douche because you having a bad day. And you are being unfair and you are being cruel. Crucially, rather than wishing away your guilt or wallowing aimlessly in it, you can turn it into a powerful learning experience. Often when you... Okay, I'm going to power pass this. You feel guilty. There's only 3 ways you cure guilt. You talk about it, you bury it. Actually, no, it's 2. You talk about it or you bury it. You admit what it is, then that free up your spirit. Or you bury it, then you just become numb to it. Guilt is something that is literally put in us from a young age by our circumstances, by our surroundings, by our more this church or whatever, you know? You feel guilty about certain things. When I was in the church, I was guilted to cry because I felt like I was a sinner. Now, the word sinner, let's be clear, someone who commits sins. Children, they may sin, but they're not sinners. That's completely different. They're doing things because they're making mistakes because they're young. We all do. You can't call a 12-year-old a sinner the same level as you would a 48-year-old sinner. Those are 2 different degrees of sinners going on, you know what I mean? The sin of freaking, I don't know, what is it, cheating on your test or something like that, ain't the same sin as cheating on your wife. Let's put some perspective into these levels of guilt that we're putting out here. And yeah, guilt can be a powerful motivator for you to learn to better yourself. However, so can the failures of others. You can learn things from when someone else screws up. If I screw up, I can learn from it. If someone else screws up, I can learn from their screw up if I choose to do so. However, we as human beings are hard-headed a lot of the time, and we don't want to learn nothing unless it strikes us in the face. That's one of our biggest problems. You know what I mean? Ooh, anger. This one's going to be good. When was the last time you felt angry? Perhaps it was provoked by something deeply wounding, such as a loved one's betrayal. Or maybe it was sparked by something far more prosaic, such as being stuck in traffic or your computer crashing. Like mine did when I was doing this damn podcast 3 hours ago. Right across this broad spectrum of provocations, the anger feels the same at first. It ignites a spark of rage, bubbling up with explosive force. In fact, there are 2 different kinds of fury. Stuck in an unending traffic, we experience frustration more than true anger, and like a child, we stomp our feet at the unfairness of it all. I think I read that wrong. In fact, there are 2 different kinds of fury. Stuck in unending traffic, we experience frustration more than true anger. And like a child, no, I read it right. Okay, cool. That said, it can generate some useful insights. Road rage may embarrass us into admitting that we have a lack of patience, for example, and causes us to join... Okay, I lost my place, I'm sorry. Join a meditation class. Or, okay, this is literally hindsight 101. That's what this is. Okay, talks about cheating partners. Cheating partners are a different matter. In that case, your anger may be justified. The key is to harness it skillfully. Rather than lashing out in rage, use the anger's energy to propel you forward in positive ways.
All right. If you find out someone's cheated on you and you're angry, that's a natural response. However, I don't think that there's only anger to be felt. Like, you could actually feel a sign of relief. Like, damn, I just found out this person who I thought was about me to the end ain't about me to the end. I can leave them now and move forward. That's a sign of relief if you ask me. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's anger, but that's only if you're, egotistical. Let's be honest. If your partner cheats on you, they're one of two things. One, heavily insatiable, in the case where you should have saw that coming anyway. Or two, highly ungrateful. Or they felt pushed away from you to the point where that was an option. Let's be clear on the whole topic of cheating. Cheating isn't something a person thinks, I'm going to cheat today for no reason. No, it's something that was an option that was slowly unlocked as a viable option as time went on. I'm not saying this is the person who was cheated on. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying that a person, most people, I'll say over 80% people, they have a stimulus and or a reason to cheat. That's what I'm saying. And sometimes the reason could very well be, I just don't feel close to you anymore. Instead of admitting that, they say, you know what? I'm going to get something on the side. And cheating is not for the physical. It's just for a connection on some level. Sometimes you got emotional cheaters. Yes, you do. If you make an emotional connection with someone outside of your relationship, which rivals your relationship, you're emotionally cheating on your partner. Let's get it clear. If you have a relationship with someone and you have a physical connection which surpasses the connection of you and your partner, you are cheating on them. Let's be clear. If you have an intellectual connection that rivals the connection you have with your partner, you get what I'm trying to say. I'm putting it out there. Cheating has multiple levels. All right. Loneliness is... Ooh, okay. Is loneliness... Is that the last one? No, okay. Loneliness. The children of loneliness. Your husband's at work. You're horribly aware of the silence where once there was energy and laughter. Then a sudden pang. Pang. You realize what you're feeling is an oppressive loneliness. That's one of those statements that you don't actually feel lonely until you read it, and then you just think, wait a minute, this is happening to me. Maybe I am lonely. I don't really think that, come on now. Look, you could be at ease by the sense of peace. And your husband's at work. Unless he works overseas, you're seeing him again at the end of the night. It's not that dire. And if it is, send him a picture. WhatsApp him. Send him a message. Make it a nude. Keep it interesting. Whatever you need to do. Spice up your life. Those things are freaking viable options. Why does it have to be so much doom and gloom? Too many people out in the world do not enjoy their own company. I love my own company. Why? Because I'm a boss. If I'm not writing something that I find interesting, reading something I find interesting, watching something I find interesting, playing an interesting video game, something, I'm cool to exist on my own. And I'm also cool in a group. This sounds like a social CV. I have fun by myself or in a group of others. No, it's not the end of the world. Too many people have this stigma of, oh, I'm by myself. I must be lonely. Why can't you just be enjoying your freaking company? What is wrong with that? Anyway, loneliness is the bane of the 21st century. In theory, advances in technology mean a world of people is just a click or a call away, but millions have separate lives. There's a paradox here. All of us would say we hate to feel lonely, and yet we'd also admit there's something... we'd also admit sometimes we long to be alone. Man, that was a bad read, wasn't it? Let's try one more time. There's a paradox here. All of us would say we hate to feel lonely, and yet we'd also admit that sometimes we long to feel alone. I won't lie to you. I don't long to feel alone, and I don't complain that I don't got people around me. I'm a boss, and I love my company. That's it. Next up, anxiety. It's perfectly normal to feel anxious. In fact, anxiety is often a sign we're testing our limits and striking out on new paths. Perhaps you feel anxious about meeting new people, or perhaps you're an anxious traveler, worried that you'll miss your plane or get lost in an unfamiliar city. Far from holding us back, this is useful anxiety that helps us push boundaries. All right. Before I go on stage to tell jokes, I feel a hellacious level of butterflies in my stomach. You know what I do?
I walk on stage and I tell my jokes. And whether or not people laugh or not, I walk off thinking, damn, I'm glad I did that. I do it for me. It's selfish, but I do it for me. Anxiety can be cured by pursuing things you enjoy. That's it. That is it. What you know, we're in this society now, right? Where everything is a problem. You feel sad, it's a problem. You feel lonely, it's a problem. You feel anxious, it's a problem. Yo, these feelings are natural, son. And I know the book is saying the feelings are natural. However, there's a certain stigma that goes around feelings that ain't. I feel happy. I feel joyous. I feel euphoric. You know how many great jokes I've come up with whilst angry? You know how many funny stories I've heard from people that were absolutely raging? There's too many and there's also bad sides to these things. It's just like, it really goes both ways. And it shows that there's too little introspective on it. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. This one was crazy. All right, there was a Vine in North Carolina. And check this out. I'm going to put this out there. If you want to talk, get at your boy. IJBPC@outlook.com. That's IJBPC@outlook.com. If you want to talk, get at your boy. Because I love to talk. And I don't believe anyone should be suffering on this planet. If you ain't got no one to talk to, message my black ass and I'll holler at you. You know what I mean? Let's get to talking. Because there's a problem. I know there's a problem. You know there's a problem. Let's solve the problem together. Yes. Next up, SmackDown. This was a funny ass video from North Carolina. There were these guys, those girls were sitting at a table, and these three dudes were sitting behind these girls, and they started pulling their ponytails. I know that hurts. It ain't funny pulling the ponytail. That's not the laughing matter. But what is funny is one of them pulls a girl's ponytail and it's weave, and he's in such shock that when she slaps him in the face, he just passes out. He pulled her hair out and was like, what the fuck is this? Bow! She slapped him in that sweet spot where it's just across the jaw, and so he just collapsed. Straight out, gone. Freaking hilarious. You don't pull hair. I don't care if they got ponytail or 3 centimeters of hair. You don't pull hair. And it's disrespectful. And it's very, very painful. So I'm glad he got knocked the fuck out. That's a lesson to the world. Don't pull out hair. Why? Because 1, you don't know if it's real. 2, you do not know what kind of swing that girl's packing. Next up, tourists wear a burkini swimsuit on French Riviera to protest ban and is forced to leave within minutes. Is there any religion that gets more crap than freaking Islam? Is there? Like, a burkini is literally something that they wear to hold tight to their beliefs and be able to go on the beach. It's just like, let them live. When you do things like that, that is what instills the wrath of freaking ISIS and freaking extremists. Let them wear what they want to wear. The police escorted them off of the beach. It's because they were wearing clothes. That's the craziness of it. If normally it's how do you get rid of them? For what reason? It's not indecent exposure. It's like literally, hey, if you don't show us some leg, you want to get off the damn beach. We ain't playing. You can't be covering yourself up on no beach. This ain't what it's about. You need to show us some legs. It's so damn disgusting. You know what I mean? That happens. You know? It really, really is. On another note, Brad Pitt. A moment of silence for Brad Pitt. I feel for the dude. I really do. Jolie is filing for divorce based off irreconcilable differences, which I would love to know what the hell that means. Irreconcilable differences, that word, irreconcilable differences, should have a bunch of different freaking topics under it. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, domestic abuse, and then you should circle which ones are applicable for you in your irreconcilable, because once you get divorced, it's a done deal. Cool. But give the guy some actual closure. Be real with it. And a judge should be able to ascertain if you're about some BS or about some realness, I'm not saying Brad Pitt walks on water and his duty don't stink, because I don't know the guy from nowhere. But what I am saying is irreconcilable differences is a broad term. What I'm also saying is, Jolie, she went from being this fine, thick, to this skinny, slim director chick. I know she had something going on with the cancer. I know that, so I'm not holding that against her. What I am saying is she's been freaking weird since day one. She got with Brad when he was with Jen, so it's just like, should have known what she was walking into. She should have known. They got a bunch of kids, and I don't know how the hell them kids going to be split because, it's like, it ain't even. It's like, you got how many kids are actually between the two of them and how many other kids. I don't even know, and I'm not looking it up because I'm not really vested in that much to care. But, all I know is that somewhere Jennifer Aniston is laughing her ass off. And I mean laughing because it's just like, hey, you left me for her, and now she's leaving you. Karma. Yep. People, thank you for listening. Hopefully this one freaking saves. Get at your boy at IJBPCOutlook.com if you got any questions, comments, or if you just want to talk to me. Thank you for listening to the podcast. On Twitter, follow on Twitter at IJBPC. Also, hashtag IJBPC if you just want to say good job. Good job, bro. I want to say thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry for it being late. I'm going to be more prompt next week. I know I said that a lot, but it's a different time, a new day, and a new time for me. And I'm feeling good. Have a great week, y'all. Peace.